The culture of Venezuela is very diverse and complex, and it's influenced by the different people who made Venezuela their home. Venezuela has distinctive and original art and culture and music. Venezuela has a rich heritage from the original American Indians to the Spanish and the Africans who arrived after the Spanish conquest in the 17th century. Waves of immigrations brought in many Italians, Portuguese, Arabs, Germans, Moroccan, and Jews, and other people from boarding South Africa. About 93% of Venezuelans live in the urban areas in the northern part of the country. Even though almost half of the land area is south of the Orinoco River, only 5% of the population live in that area. More than 96% of the population call themselves Catholic. The rest belong to churches mainly the Protestant church. Venezuela's heritage, art, and culture have been heavily influenced by the Caribbean context. These elements extended into the historic buildings, architecture, art, landscape, and monuments. Venezuelan culture has been shaped by indigenous Spanish and African influence. Before the period Before this period, indigenous culture was expressed by arts and crafts, and social organizations. Venezuelan art was dominated by religious motifs, but began emphasizing historic representations in the late 19th century. Modernism took over in the 20th century. Notable Venezuelan artists include Armito, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, and Carlos Diaz, and the architecture. Carlos Raul was the most important Venezuelan architect in the modern era. He designed the Central University of Venezuela, and he designed the Central University for Venezuela. Other notable architectural works include the Capitol and the Bartal Theater and the General Rafael Undentida Bridge. Literature. Venezuelan literature originated soon after Spanish conquest. One of the most pre-literate indigenous societies. It was dominated by Spanish influence following the rise of the political literature during during the War of Independence in Venezuela. Although mainly focused on narrative writing, Venezuela's literature was also advocated by poets such as Andreas and Andreas and Toro. Major writers and novelists include Para Gallegos and Miguel Silva. Indigenous music of Venezuela, exemplified by groups Un Solo Pueblo. The national musical instrument is the Castro Cuestro. Typical music styles and pieces mainly emerged and around the Yeron religion or the Yeron region. The Zulian Gatia is also a popular style generally performed during Christmas. The national dance is the Joropo. Joropo, yeah. In the later years, classical musicians has had great performances. The Solomon Bolivar Youth Orchestra has realized excellent presentations in the European Connect halls. Festivals. One of the major festivals in Venezuela is celebration of Corpus Christi, where marks in uniforms of dance devils, which now almost world famous dances at the street. The tradition dates back to Spanish colonization, which established deep roots in an identity in Venezuela, where traditional events are made as celebrations. Sports. Baseball is Venezuela's most popular sport, although football is referred to soccer. Football is really popular there, but baseball is the most popular. Venezuela is well known for its succession in beauty pageants. Miss Venezuela is a big event in the country, and Venezuela has 7 Miss Universes, 6 Miss Worlds, and 6 Miss International titles, and 1 Miss Earth title. The World Value Survey has consistently shown Venezuela becoming the happiest people in the world, with the 55% of those questions saying they were very happy.